Hola friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen, the best friend of Just That, and today I'm excited to share my top 5 Apple Shortcuts automations that have helped me streamline my daily routine. These shortcuts are simple to set up and help me go through my day smoothly, so let's dive right in. That is my charge phone right now shortcut. This automation kicks in when my phone's battery drops to 5%, sending me this prompt to charge it immediately. So here's how I set this one up. First, you want to open up your Shortcuts app and then select the plus sign on the top right-hand corner. Next, we want to rename the shortcut because this is what's actually going to be displayed with the notification. So charge right now. And then I'm also going to change the icon. So maybe to like a red and then a battery. That works. And then we actually want to set up the sequence for it to actually show the notification. So we'll look for scripting. Next, we're going to want to change this title because this is what's going to be the body text to notification. And if you leave this blank, it'll just say notification. So maybe put in an emoji. Next, we go into the automation tab at the bottom. And from here, we want to create a new automation. So we'll click on the plus sign again. Then we're going to scroll until we see battery level. So once battery level equals, and I'm going to say 5%, I want this to run immediately. So there's no confirmation. From there, I'm going to select the new shortcut that I just created. And this is the first one on top is my old one. And then this is my new one.
Next, I have this good morning notification shortcut. This one runs 15 minutes before sunrise every morning, and it really helps me start my day right because it turns off low power mode, it turns off night shift, and it also displays this weather report that I've set up. So let's get you set up. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is select the plus sign on the top right hand corner, and you're going to want to name this shortcut. This is what is going to be displayed when the notification runs. So I'm going to call this one good morning, and then I'm also going to change the icon to a sun. That works. And then from here, one of the first things that I want to do is turn off low power mode in the morning. So I'm going to look for low power mode, turn off. I also want night shift to get turned off in the morning, so I'm going to turn that one off too. I'm also going to set the appearance to light. Also then going to set the brightness level so it's not too bright in the mornings. 15% or 16, that works too. And then I want to get the weather details at my current location so I can pull details from there to show the weather report that I have set up. So I'm going to get current weather. From there, I'm going to get details about the weather. So for this first one, I'm just going to leave it as that, and then I'll show you how to set up the notification. So maybe from this one, I just want like the high. Okay, so from there, this notification is going to be the body text of what is actually shown when the notification runs. So it'll say good morning as the title, and then this body text will be underneath. So first thing that I want it to tell me is today's current date. Current date. Okay, nice. And then I want to delete this other text. Next from there, I'm then going to type and today's weather is, and I'm going to show the weather conditions with a high because that's the detail that I'm pulling from get high from weather conditions, and a low. So if I wanted to add another one, then I'll add in another detail. I'm going to look for another one. I'm actually going to push this one up because this is what needs to happen before the notification gets shown. So I'm going to look for a low, and then from weather conditions. Chance of rain is I'm gonna go get another detail. And today's sunset is, and then one last detail. Then I'm just gonna give myself a little and then from there you can click done, and then if we run it, it'll set the brightness, and then it'll also show us the message. And that's how you set up good morning notifications to start off your morning on a great note. Okay, so now to set up the good morning notification to run every day, well, we actually have to set up an automation. So instead of being in the shortcut side, we're going to automations, and then we're going to tap on the plus button. From there, at a very specific day, I want this to run. So I'm going to say that 15 minutes before sunrise. I then want this to repeat daily. I want this to run immediately. I don't want it to ask me to run. I just want it to run. And then I'm going to ask it to run my good morning shortcut. So that's that second one. Next, I have this drink water shortcut that reminds me every 2 hours to drink water. So let's set this one up.
So this is pretty simple to set up. First, after going to your Shortcuts app, you're going to want to hit the plus button on the top right-hand corner. You're going to want to name this shortcut. It's really anything to get you to drink water. I'm going to name this Get Hydrated, since Apple Shortcuts doesn't let you name two shortcuts the same. From there, you can change colors, add in a different icon, and from here, we want to add in a notification. So at certain times, it'll tell us to drink water. So this hello world is the body text. So I'm going to add in here a different reminder. You need it. I don't want it to play sound. That's the only difference that I'm going to make. And from there, we're going to set up different times for it to remind us. So the next one that I want to set up is when 2:30, so it's happening every 2 hours. And then I want it to run daily, and I don't want it to confirm. I just want it to run immediately. So from there, I'm going to select Get Hydrated. And now we have it. So every day at 2:30, it'll run, and it'll look like this.
I also have a good night shortcut that helps me wind down by activating night shift, switching to dark appearance, and also dimming the screen at the same time every night. And let's get right into it, so how you can create one too. Okay, so by clicking on the plus sign again, I'm going to rename the shortcut for what I want it to display for this to run. So good night. And then I'm also going to change the icon. Purple works, but I want this to be a moon. And then from there, I'm going to set this to first turn off night shift to on. That works. And then I want to set this appearance to dark. And then I also want to set the brightness to a lower, dimmer level. And then the last thing that I wanted to do is just show me the notification. So again, this notification within here is what is going to be shown as the body text when this goodnight notification runs. And now to run it, nice. So all we have to do is set up the automation to get this to run every night at the same time. Let's get right into that. Okay, and then to set up good night for it to run every night at a very specific time, I actually have this one to set up whenever wind down starts, that once it begins, it will run immediately, and it will run the automation. So very similar to the one that we just set up for good morning. This one at sleep, when wind down begins, run immediately. It will then run my good night shortcut at wind down. And that's how that one works as well. Last but not least is my Lullabies shortcut. So this one's great because not only does it connect to my Echo, it then also starts playing the songs that I want from a very specific playlist. So let's set this one up. So first things first, click on the plus sign and then rename your shortcut. So I'm going to rename this to Lullabies. From there, I'm going to change this to a different name, Lullaby Shortcut. And then from there, I'm also going to change the icon. So moon or bottle will work too. There you go. So the first thing that I'm going to do is set the playback destination. So playback. And I'm going to set this one to connect to my home Echo. From there, I'm going to set the iPhone volume to 100%. So I'm going to search for set volume. From there, I'm going to get songs from a very specific playlist. So get playlist songs. And this one I'm going to set to my baby's lullabies. And then from there, we're going to play the music. And little connection from the get songs to the play means that it's pulling from that playlist. And we're going to say that, yeah, it can repeat it. And then from there, we're done. So now that every time I press on this Lullabies shortcut, it not only will it connect to my Echo, but it also start playing those songs.